The magic of invisible words. Understanding the omission of relative pronouns. Hello, English language learners. Today, we're going to explore an interesting aspect of English grammar, the omission of relative pronouns. This is an important concept in understanding and using relative clauses effectively. Don't worry if it sounds a bit complex, I promise it's easier than you think. Before we dive into the main topic, let's quickly revise what relative pronouns are. Relative pronouns are words like who, whom, whose, which, and that. We use them to connect sentences or clauses, helping us provide more information about a person or thing without starting a new sentence. For example, look at these two sentences. 1. I read a book. 2. The book was interesting. We can combine these using a relative pronoun, that, as follows. I read a book that was interesting. Now, let's dive into the heart of our lesson, omitting relative pronouns. In English, there are situations where we can actually omit or leave out the relative pronouns from our sentences. This usually happens when the relative pronoun is the object of the clause. Let's go back to our previous example. I read a book that was interesting. Here, that is not an object. It's a subject, so we can't omit it. But what about this sentence? I saw the man that you were talking about. Here, that is the object of the clause, you were talking about. So we can omit it and the sentence would be, I saw the man you were talking about. But remember, we can't omit the relative pronoun when it's the subject of the clause. Now, let's practice. Try to shorten these sentences by omitting the relative pronoun if possible. 1. The movie that I watched yesterday was amazing. 2. She is the teacher who teaches us English. 3. The restaurant that we went to was very expensive. Did you get it? Here are the answers. 1. The movie I watched yesterday was amazing. 2. She is the teacher who teaches us English. No change because who is the subject. 3. The restaurant we went to was very expensive. Great job, everyone! Remember, practice is key in mastering the omission of relative pronouns. It can make your English sound more fluent and natural. Keep practicing, and you'll definitely get the hang of it. As always, happy learning and see you in our next lesson.